Matsona Hilwayo has rightly said, "A diamond earns its sparkle from the pressure it endures." To succeed, one needs perseverance, patience, and the perfect balance to sail through the crests and troughs of life.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you all to this auspicious event where the hard work and success of the students will be accredited. Yes, the Scholar Badge ceremony of Class 11 for the academic session 2019 to 20.
All of the lights of the world cannot be compared to a ray of the inner light of the self. Let's start today's event by lighting the lamp of knowledge.
श्रीगणेशाय नमः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः। भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः। स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवासस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः। स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः। स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः। स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नम्।
dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes sweat, determination, and hard work. We are honored to have amongst us this evening Dr. Joseph Emmanuel, Director of the Central Board of Secondary Education, India, as the chief guest for this event. On the behalf of Delhi Public School, R.K. Puram, we extend a warm welcome to our esteemed guest. Dr. Emmanuel has been the director of the CBSE, India, since January 2014. Dr. Emmanuel completed his Masters in Commerce and PhD in Finance from his alma mater, the Mahatma Gandhi University. Dr. Emmanuel has been associated with education, especially with the CBSE, since 2007 and has brought in several innovations in education, which have been widely appreciated by both the education faculty as well as the government. Apart from the CBSE, Dr. Emmanuel has also served at the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India as Executive Officer. Thank you, sir, for gracing us with your esteemed presence.
According to F. Scott Fitzgerald, you don't write because you want to say something. You write because you have something to say. Today we are glad to have amongst us Dr. Amitabh Bagchi as the guest of honor. Dr. Bagchi is an alumnus of DPS R.K. Puram 1992 batch. Dr. Bagchi is a professor of computer science and engineering at IIT Delhi, specializing in data algorithmics and analytics, probability and networks. After completing his studies at IIT Delhi, Dr. Bagchi did his MSc and PhD from the Johns Hopkins University, USA. Apart from teaching in IIT Delhi, Dr. Bagchi has also worked with several foreign universities. He received the IIT Delhi Award for Excellence in Teaching in the year 2012. Dr. Bagchi has also been honored with the Outstanding Young Faculty Award by the Indian Institute of Technology along with Nucleus Software Private Limited in 2008. Dr. Bagchi has to his credit a number of publications, both in the technical as well as literary fields. Apart from being an academician, Dr. Bagchi has also been an advisor with tech giants like Google and for the Government of India. Thank you, sir. We are honored to have you amongst us.
Frank Lloyd Wright has aptly said, I know the price of success, dedication, hard work, and an unremitting devotion to the things you want to see happen. Let us now witness the glories and the triumphs the school has achieved by the hard work and determination of the students under the able mentorship of our esteemed teachers.
through a rock not because of its power, but its persistence. Today we have amongst us one such personality, our principal, Miss Padma Srinivasan, who has always motivated us to achieve hard goals in life, to strive towards excellence, and most importantly, to never give up easily. We now request our principal ma'am to share her thoughts.
Our chief guest, Dr. Emmanuel Joseph, Director Academics, CBSE, and the guest of honor, Dr. Amitabha Bagchi, senior colleagues, faculty, parents, students, and of course, the award winners. Good evening to one and all. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to DPS RK Purum's much awaited Class 11 Scholar Badge Ceremony 2020 held on the online platform. It is a great honor to have as our chief guest Dr. Emmanuel Joseph, who is a source of inspiration and guidance to all of us. Thank you, sir, for gracing the occasion with your presence. Professor Amitabha Bagchi is an alumnus of DPS RK Puram. I thank you most sincerely for finding the time in your very busy schedule to be with us online today. I know your presence will be a source of inspiration and motivation to all our students. Thank you indeed for joining us today. It is only right that I begin my remarks by congratulating our numerous award winners. The celebration is about recognizing the many achievements of our students, and I am both delighted and honored to be able to recognize the exceptional performances of our students. Our award ceremony recognizes achievements in a range of school experiences, academics obviously, and also sports, music, drama, and other co-curricular activities. The awards reflects a diverse and a well-rounded education that is provided at DPS RK Puram. The skills learned and the experiences gained outside the classroom, in the games field, in music and dance, debating, etc., all complement and supplement hugely what is going on in the classroom. And in our school, there is tangible excellence and a breadth of opportunities in so many areas of the wider curriculum. And in whichever aspect of the wider curriculum our students participate, they always perform exceedingly well and are outstanding ambassadors for the school. Today's ceremony is a celebration of achievements and success, a recognition of the targets set and the goals achieved. I am immensely proud of our students' achievements, and as ever, I am struck by the confident, self-assured young people who graduate from the school. Of course, the hard work to achieve the results must be done by the students themselves. But I am extremely grateful to the dedication and the hard work of not only the teaching staff, but all the staff members of the school. It is with their dedication that the changes and the developments that were brought in the recent months were possible. The COVID times have been very difficult for all of us, and the cooperation of the staff has been overwhelming. Sincere thanks to all my colleagues. I would also like to thank our parents who have been incredibly supportive and have always done the extra bit in order to support the school as well as their own children. Your encouraging support is greatly valued and much appreciated. Once again, my sincere congratulations to all the award winners today. We are all very proud of you. The theme for today's function is "A diamond earns its sparkle from the pressure it endures." 5 years ago, I was at a tumultuous stage in my life. I wasn't sure where my career was going. I remember reading somewhere that resilience is the key to success, even more than talent. Interestingly, a perfect example of this journey can be found in nature itself. Natural diamonds don't simply glimmer and shimmer from the start. They are formed from graphite at depths exceeding 150 kilometers and at temperatures higher than 1000 degrees Celsius. Only then do they sparkle. Under pressure, it transforms, and so do we. From cold, unfeeling graphite to a warm, iridescent diamond, the journey is a long one. If it wasn't for extreme pressure and volcanic eruptions that naturally expel diamonds to the surface, we would never long for a multi-carat solitaires and tennis bracelets. Only because of intense nature-induced pressure and severe heat in the deepest recesses of the earth does a diamond come to be formed. Similarly, if you don't go through the tough phase now, how will you sparkle later on? When only the circumstances get tricky, do we get a chance to test our inner strength? And when do we emerge from these periods, having battled it out? We do so with renewed vigor. Just like the wonder of nature, we are all very, very unique. Every natural diamond has its own unique growth pattern, making it one of a kind. Just like a snowflake, no two diamonds are alike. So the next time you find yourself discomforted by someone else's success, beauty, or wealth, think of a diamond and remind yourself about your own uniqueness. Only a natural diamond can be cut by another natural diamond. Due to their inherent strength and hardness, natural diamonds are extremely difficult to damage. You require the fine diamond dust to polish and cut out a diamond. Similarly, it is your inner strength that makes you what you are. You may not have the power to change your circumstances, but you can change your response to them. And that is what distinguishes you from hundreds of others who are faced with a similar situation. Sometimes I wonder if nature, through its creations, is giving us clues on how to live our own life. While I haven't figured it out yet, but what I do know for sure is that natural diamonds are truly a miracle of nature, and there are so many lessons to be learnt from them. Once again, I reiterate, a diamond earns its sparkle from the pressure that it endures. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the online Scholar Badge ceremony.
Let's make the best of everything. The world is changing every day. Brothers and sisters everywhere. Being a change we want to see in this world. There will come a time when we will look back and smile. It may be long and hard now. We shall overcome. With our heads held high, we shall stand victorious. Come one day, high or low, let's rise above our fears. Rain or shine,
every good conversation starts with good listening. May we now request our honorable chief guest to speak a few words and enlighten us, after which the guest of honor will address the audience.
Ms. Padma Srinivasan, Principal of the school, Dr. Amita Bagchi, Professor of Computer Science, IIT Delhi, all the senior teachers of Delhi Public School, RK Puram, parents, teachers, staff members, and all the dignitaries who have joined in this platform and part of this celebration. I feel honored and happy to be part of this celebration and very happy to understand the achievements of Delhi Public School, RK Puram during the last 1 year. It has so many achievements in all the areas, in academic, co-scholastic, and you name it, in all the areas. Congratulations to the leadership, the students, faculties, parents, and all those who are associated with this marvelous achievement. There is no doubt that it's a very prestigious institution of our country, and it is one of the very leading schools affiliated to CBSE. And in its journey during the past so many years, the school is able to maintain its structure in the field of academic as well as co-scholastic excellence. It is producing so many leading citizens for our country, so many achievements in all the areas. Dr. Bagchi itself is an example. One of the alumni of your school has attained such a height, and he is contributing in the field of science and technology to the world. So there are a number of examples of attaining excellence in various walks of life. So this journey is continuing, and during pandemic also, the school has done wonderful job in continuing education. Lot of resilience shown by the school, its leadership, the teachers, parents, and students to overcome the challenges thrown by the pandemic. You have done your level best to continue the education. You have done your level best to help others in its journey to overcome the challenges thrown by the pandemic. You have not stopped anywhere. The journey is continuing and keep going. And the schools are going to reopen from the next week. And children have started coming to schools. Children will start coming to school. And it's again, a happy time in the school. And be careful and be cautious and take all precautions and safeguard the health and well-being of the students, faculties, parents, and everyone who is associated and connected with the school. When we talk about excellence, the excellence comes from hard work. A lot of hard work is put in by the students and teachers for attaining this excellence. There are n number of examples of academic excellence in DPS RK Puram, but apart from academic excellence, as the principal has very rightly mentioned, the school is trying its level best to develop well-rounded citizens. The achievement in life depends upon the happiness you enjoy or during your lifetime. So to attain happiness, to find interest in whatever you are doing, to find a meaningful way of life, you have to develop a good character and personality. So developing characters, values, and all the good virtues in the children is one of the prime objective of schooling. So the new national education policy envisages development of all-rounded citizens for our country. The children who should be able to meet the challenges of future, the children who are able to meet successful adult life. That is the objective of the education policy 2020, which is already in place in DPS Puram. So this effort, this collective effort, the collective vision, the parental participation in all the activities of the school is an example for other institutions in the country. And I hope and wish that the best practices followed in the school should continue and it may be shared with other similar institutions in the country so that others can also be handholded to achieve excellence in attaining academic as well as co-scholastic excellence. Let us work together. Let us put our hands together. Let us put our brains together to bring reforms in the field of education and through transformation in the field of education. Let us convert and develop our country as a developed nation. The Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations to transform every developing country as a developed nation in the days to come can only be achieved through transforming the mindset and transforming the individuals of the country. And this transformation can only happen through giving proper education to the younger citizens. India is the youngest nation in the world. We have 35 million population with below the age of 25. This is an asset of our nation. Wherever you go in any part of the world, you find Indians who are excelling in various fields. That excellence comes out from hard work. DPS Puram's achievement is also comes out from the hard work. Let the tradition of hard work continue. Let the tradition of building good character continue. Let the tradition of attaining excellence in the life continue. With this wish, I remain. Thank you so much. Once again, congratulations to all the students who have achieved excellence in both academic and co-scholastic areas. Congratulations and best wishes to the entire family of DPS Puram for being attaining #1 position in the country in the school sector, and wish that this position may continue to be retained in the days to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the encouraging words. Now I invite Mr. Bakshi to say a few words.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Mr. Srinivasan, for inviting me, and Dr. Emmanuel for your enlightening words. I have to tell you that at IIT, when we look for MTech and PhD students, often we don't look at their performance in the bachelor's and master's. We look at whether if they're from CBSE and they've done well. We think that's a good thing. So you're keeping a standard of education up in the country, and we are sort of grateful for you because we are your end users, right? What you train, we get. So we're grateful to you for keeping the standards of education up. I'd like to thank all the teachers for being here, and of course the parents and the students. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I don't have any prepared remarks, but I just wanted to say a few things. It's the first time, I mean, in the last so many years, that I'm coming back to school in some sense. And I have to admit that the last time I was at a scholar badge ceremony was probably the same one that you are at right now, the Class 11 scholar badge ceremony. And I didn't realize that I would be coming back to another Class 11 scholar badge ceremony 30 years later. I just gave away my age, I guess. So anyway, what I was saying was that as I was watching that video, there was a shot in that of Mrs. Srinivasan and the teachers walking up the stairwell from the principal's office. And I remember that walking down that stairwell and then going further down there to the basement where the library was one of my favorite things to do. I don't know if you still use that space for the library. But the library period, when I used to go down to that library, it was one of the nicest times of the entire school week. Because the library was this kind of, it was this expansive place where, and it had a lot of corners. And in these corners were these strange books that often people did not really pick out. They just stayed there, they gathered dust. But for someone who was sort of interested in roaming around those corners, there were all kinds of crazy and really nice things over there. I remember picking up Martin Gardner's book of puzzles in one of those corners. I remember reading John Le Carre's spy novels, which later I realized were deep moral examinations of the Cold War period and are still relevant to us today. Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, I picked up in one of those corners. There was this massive encyclopedia of mythology, which I greatly remember. I spent many happy hours going through it. I used to be a quizzer, and so as a quizzer, I had an excuse for reading random things which were outside the syllabus because unfortunately, we have this. There was this thing back then. I think you have it today as well. That um, it was felt that time should not be wasted. Time should always be used, and you drew lines and you followed those lines very in a very dedicated manner. But under the guise of being a quizzer, I could spend time reading all kinds of different things without any real plan or any particular purpose. And I have to say that some of those readings, I can't directly point to how they helped me, but I know that my life would have not been would have been poorer if I hadn't done those readings. There were some great things about DPS Archipram, and I'm sure that you have observed the same kind of things uh, in your time as students. And the guest speaker program was definitely one of them. One of the highlights of my stay at DPS Archipram was hearing TN Seshan, the Chief Election Commissioner at the time, talk. TN Seshan at that time was a hero because he had single-handedly rescued the Election Commissioner's office from being subservient to the government to being a constitutional body that stood up for democracy. The excitement that me and my classmates had for hearing this person talk was actually the excitement of the pride in our democracy and the adulation reserved for someone who stood for the constitution and stood for democracy. I saw an image of Dr. Ambedkar in the video that we watched just now, and I felt that pride over there. And today, as a democracy takes a backseat in many places, including our country, that pride is something that shared pride is something I remember. The excitement of watching a hero of democracy speak. Right opposite the hall, there used to be another meeting room. I don't know if it's still there, where I heard Professor Meenakshi Mukherjee of JNU. She came and visited us. Now she was a great scholar of Indian English writing, and she read us the poems of Aga Shahid Ali, "The Country Without a Post Office," his poems about Kashmir. And as someone at that age, at your age, I dreamt of being a writer one day. For me, those opportunities were classic. I remember her reading that poem, and I remember receiving it and thinking about it and talking back to her. And that opportunity is one of the key moments in my life. Sometimes people ask me that, when did you decide that you're going to be a writer? And the answer I always give them is that when I was in class 9, we had an intersection competition. We had 8 sections at that time in class 9. I don't know how many you have now. And I came third in that competition. And when I came third, I thought, yes, that's it. It was creative writing competition. I came third, and I thought that yes, I can be a writer. So if I'm a writer today, I guess I have DPS Archipram to thank for that. And if I'm a computer scientist and professor at IIT and all that, I have DPS Archipram to thank for that. And in return for that, as gratitude, I just want to say 2 or 3 things to the students who are in the position that I was in 30 years ago. One thing is that there's only one person responsible for your happiness and your fulfillment as a person going down the line. And that person is actually yourself. Everyone looks out for you. Your parents look out for you. The school looks out for you. Your friends, perhaps, also. But eventually, you need to figure out who you are, what works for you. I'll tell you how you can do that. It's not that difficult. Just read books. Okay. Don't read things that are curated for you and presented to you on your social feeds or that people forward you on WhatsApp. And read those also because you can't not read them. But also go out and do some reading which is off that track, which is do the kind of reading which is not just something that someone has told you and you have to read this. If you don't read this or if you don't watch this video, then you're nobody. Do other things. Today you have YouTube, the internet is all there in front of you. Go out, follow some. If you have an interest, follow it. See where it takes you. And the other thing is, don't ever read a book to the end just because you started it. Only read those books till the end which interest you, because reading a book is not just a journey out into the world, it is also a journey inwards. It's a journey which takes you inwards, and you understand there are a lot of great things in the world. Not all of them are for you. Which ones are for you? You need to find out, and you need to find out, because someone will tell you do this, do that. I took computer science at IIT Delhi because I had the rank for it, and everyone said I should do it. And I was very lucky that I actually realized that I loved it, but it was an accident. It was not by design. So go out and search for who you are. Go out, look out in the world. When you look out, you can look in. The other thing is that looking out to see what interests you, see what is there in the world. That's one important thing. The other thing is, when you look out into the world, you have to see the other people there. See them not for what they are, not for how they dress up and post what they post on Insta. See them for what worries them, what troubles them, what makes them happy, who they are. Understand what they're saying and why they're saying it. And the more you understand them, the more you understand yourself. The more you understand yourself, the more you understand them. Talk to someone who thinks differently from you. Don't fight with them. That's the way of social media, but don't do that. Don't hate people. Try to understand why they think. You may not want to be like them. You may not want to do what they do, but understand that, okay, that person is there and is doing what they want. I'm here. I'm doing what I want, and we can get along. We don't have to point fingers at each other. We can get along. And that knowledge of the other is the most important knowledge that you will ever earn. It will be the most important thing when you're married, when you have a child, when you have a job. That will be the most important thing. I think about this. I think about my teachers, and I'm a teacher now today, so I think about them a lot. And I realized that what I learned from them was not what they were teaching me, not what they were writing on the board. What I learned from them was how they came across, how they related to what they were talking about. We had a maths teacher, Mr. Dubey, he must have retired now, who he organized every lecture beautifully. There was not a pin out of place. And from him, I learned that maths is order, and there's a beauty in order. There's a beauty in having your lecture right in place. As a lecturer myself, I'm not that kind of lecturer. I'm the kind of lecturer who is all over the place. But I appreciated who he was for that. And I remember him. I remember him coming in and writing down definitions of, this is a vector and this is a dot product and so on. And the pleasure of his class, I have never forgotten that. Although at that time we were studying for IIT and it was like, oh, board maths and IIT maths are two different things. But I still look forward to his class, right? So this is this was what I'm trying to say is that relate to other people, relate to understand yourself and understand other people. Go out and read, go out and listen to people talk, try to figure out what they're doing. And in that process, I'm sure you will find a path which works for you. And you will find a life which is meaningful for yourself, just like it is meaningful for all those around you. So congratulations to all of you for your achievement. I wish you many more achievements in the future. And I thank the school and teachers, Ms. Srinivasan, for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Amitabh. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much to our chief guest and guest of honor for their enlightening words. Every year as students, we take up various challenges, either falling short of few deadlines or running ahead of failure. But the constant among these fading lines is our grit, dedication, and determination. It is up to us to choose whether we want to let this pressure squeeze us into becoming ordinary ornaments or make us sparkle as diamonds. Scholar Badge is not a mere piece of felt, but a journey of hard work and excellence. We now request the representatives of Class 11th to conduct the award ceremony.
Excellence is a way of life. You develop excellence of character by constantly engaging in it, whatever aspect of life it may be. You must always hold yourself to a high standard. Excellence is never an accident. It is a result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. We believe that education is all about being excited about something. Seeing passion and enthusiasm helps push an educational message, and these students have shown nothing but all the qualities needed to make them extraordinary. With this, I extend warm welcome to our esteemed guests, dear parents and students. Welcome to the Scholar Badge ceremony of Class 11 2020-21. We start with a special award. The Prantik Roy Memorial Gold Medal was initiated by Mr. and Mrs. Roy Chaudhary in the loving memory of their son Prantik, who was a student at DPS, a brilliant student, an avid debater and a quizzer. Prantik was truly an all-rounder. What made him stand out was his compassion and helpful nature. The award is given every year to an all-rounder student from class 10. It carries a certificate and a gold medal. This year, this award is being shared between two students, Manya Sareen and Veer Malhotra. The first category of award is Blue Tie. It's awarded for academic excellence for 6 consecutive years. To start with, Akshaya Murlidharan, a good orator and academic achiever, gets pin and certificate for German. Anni Monga, sincere and hardworking. Diya Dutt, a budding poet and a literature blogger. Disha Khanna has passion for traveling and writing. Nikita Maan aspires to serve the country. Prerna Agarwal, a responsible and compassionate person. Radhika Goyal has interest in Western music and painting. Rishabh Bijani, an industrious and a voracious reader. Shreya Maan aspires to be a neurologist. Akanksha Garg is sincere and industrious. Anushka Dey, a creative girl who loves to draw. Devina Verma, an aspiring doctor and an avid reader. Gurmeher Karwal, talented singer and loves writing poetry. Harshita, studious, loves to paint and draw. Kaustav Bubna aspires to be a neurosurgeon. Kavya Saxena, a diligent girl with keen interest in yoga and painting. Navya Wadhwa, a melodious singer. Prakhar Singh aspires to become a doctor. Samriddhi Rotre has keen interest in science and art. Sia Bindrani is hardworking and a confident girl. Sushrit Datar, a responsible, sincere and a bright student. Tanvi Gupta, confident and hardworking. Tanya Bhardwaj, a classical singer and a dancer. Abhisar Gupta, keen aptitude in science and maths. Anshika Kumar Gupta, a badminton player who has keen interest in painting. Dhwani Kansal enjoys painting canvases and is a keyboard player. Mannat Sharma, an extrovert who's passionate about traveling and photography. Priyanshu Basist, bright and industrious. Shanchari Sen is a trained classical singer and a dancer. Shrey Kail, a compassionate and a sports person. Tanishk Agarwal, a hardworking and an industrious student. Anika Kalra, a French poet and aspires to be a neurosurgeon. Arjun Gupta, an ace swimmer and a table tennis player. Ishania Gupta, a voracious reader and a budding poet. Jia Baba, a passionate reader with a flair for music. Kyor Singh Sirohi, an enthusiastic child who likes skating. Lisha Goel, a classical dancer, gets pin and certificate for basketball. Riya Mahajan, an ambivert who loves music and reading. Aditya Kakkar is a national level swimmer and a cuber. Aditya Mittal aspires to be a software architect. Advitya Singhal gets tie and certificate for robotics, gets tie and certificate for aerospace. Anika Sharma, fond of sketching. Arshya Gupta, an immuner and an active social worker. Harshini Sinha, an ace badminton player who has passion for reading. Kaustubh Rajwar has passion for mathematics. Kavya Agarwal is a painter who loves reading and writing. Krish Chaudhary is a cricket enthusiast with keen interest in reading. Piyush Jha has keen interest in science. Rudraksh Agarwal loves to play cricket. Shresht Agarwal, a graceful dancer. Aryaman Chandra gets PIN and certificate for computers, tie and certificate for international space settlement design. Aryan Akhuri likes to explore new places. Ashwin Verma gets tie and certificate for international space settlement design, blazer and certificate for computers. Manchita Agarwal is a badminton player with keen interest in painting. Medhavi Devraj, passionate about literature and computer science. Shamayata Biswas, impact and creativity is her identity. Shashwat Jha loves reading. Shresht Gupta is passionate about robotics and computers. Varun Bharti has keen interest in mathematics and computers. Abhyuday Sangwan is a budding quizzer and has keen interest in physics. He gets certificate for quiz. Aditya Gupta, he aspires to be an aerospace engineer. Akshata Chopra is a meritorious student who takes active interest in astrophysics. Arnab Roy, a disciplined and meticulous student. Ayan Sarkar, a sincere student who aspires to be an engineer. Dinesh Verma is an obedient student who likes to play football. Iban Agarwal is soft-spoken and creative. Kanish Sharma has keen interest in computers and tennis. Manan Chugh, an avid reader, guitarist and a football player. Parisha Jain loves solving problems and is an avid reader. Shreya Jain is inclined towards art and literature. Siddhansh Narang has keen interest in aerospace and artificial intelligence. Gets blazer and certificate for international space settlement design. Subhav Jain, a sincere student who loves strumming the guitar. Amna Abdeen has flair for painting and debating. Aditya Paul is happy and cheerful person. Aniket Negi, an avid reader who also likes listening to music. Harit Gangwani loves to solve mathematical puzzles. Jayata Shom is passionate about dramatics and music. Medansh Agarwal, an avid golfer and likes to play guitar. Pulkit Gupta, a swimmer and a cricket enthusiast. Satvik Mitra, a pistol shooter who has represented India at international level. He gets PIN and certificate for shooting. Siddhi Vagdikar, passionate about singing and reading books. Vasundhara Agarwal, a sincere and a hard-working student. Vishakha Gupta likes to read and write. Yawar Sayyed is an active member of school theatre club. Adya Dheer is a guitarist and has keen interest in technology and science. Adya Kumar, an avid reader and has passion for dancing. Ahan Sinha, a budding poet and a space enthusiast, get tie and certificate for international space settlement design. Aryan Gupta likes playing cricket and table tennis. Avijit Singh, a graceful piano player and has keen interest in mathematics. Bhavya Jain, a tech-savvy student with proficiency in playing guitar. Chaitanya Kanan, an avid reader and enjoys sports and fitness. Kshitij Gupta has keen interest in robotics. Samyak Savi has keen interest in maths and computer science. Shashwat Raj gets PIN and certificate for robotics. Shaurya Parihar has an avid interest in theatre and science. Shinjini Harisukh, professionally trained dancer and a scuba diver, gets certificate for dance. Siddhant Saxena likes to play football and has keen interest in music. Veer Malhotra, an all-rounder, gets PIN and certificate for badminton, certificate for elocution, tie and certificate for international space settlement design. Ananya Rohtagi is a creative girl with keen interest in mathematics and computers. Aruni Agarwal excels in creative arts. Ishit Bhardwaj, a member of Exon Clan and Quizzing Club, gets blazer and certificate for computers. Natasha Garg, a sincere and hardworking girl. Pulkit Garg, a member of Exon clan and has a keen interest in game development, gets blazer and certificate for computers. Rohan Kochar is a responsible and hardworking. Sarthak Mangla has keen interest in machine learning and problem solving, gets pin and certificate for computers. Shashwat Mundra, member of Exon Club and the Quizzing Club, gets blazer and certificate for computers. Tushar Bhatt has a keen interest in mathematics and coding and is in the school football team. The second category is a second blue badge. It is awarded to students for meritorious performance for 5 consecutive years. We start with Apurva Sehgal, an exceptional badminton player. Bhanvi Maurya, a voracious reader. Ishita Gupta, passionate about art and aspires to be a doctor. Smiti Chawla, bright and industrious. Uditanshu Guru, a black belt in Taekwondo, martial artist, a beatboxer. Vaibhav Shukla, a voracious reader who shows great interest in maths. Kavya Kinjalka is a soft-spoken and a disciplined student. Lakshay Agarwal, keen interest in mathematics and computers. Ayan has keen interest in natural sciences and playing instrumental music. Ishan Singh is a cricketer and likes playing keyboard. The next category is first blue badge. It is awarded for persistent performance for 4 years. We start with Mohsin Imran, a bright student who's passionate for art. Rudranil Sinha, a pianist, a 3D modeler, gets tie-in certificate for International Space Settlement Design. Ayushman Ranjan, keen interest in mathematics. Utkarsh Mishra is responsible and a hardworking student. Now I would hand over my mic and the podium to my next co-rep. Thank you.
The next category is a blue blazer. It is a milestone as one changes from the green to blue and is awarded for academic excellence in last 3 years. Devyajit Singh, an ambitious student with interest in sports. Tanya Trisha Barali, classical singer and dancer. Ayana Sharma has keen interest in science. Pranav Venelaganti is a hard-working boy who enjoys strumming guitar. Anirudh Vempati is a football player with keen interest in web development. Janki Kumar is passionate about Indian classical dance. Arnav Anil Kumar is hard-working and curious person. The next category is second green badge. Is awarded to students who have performed well for 2 consecutive years. Shreyansh Jha aspires to be a doctor. He gets a tie-in certificate for dramatics. Vanya Sharma, dedicated and hardworking student. Gopal Krishna Haldar, an orator who is good in computers. Shafin Niaz, a voracious reader. Shailani Datta is a sincere and has keen interest in classical music. Shiven Beniwal is interested in classical music and basketball. Ansh Sharma, an ardent learner and a nature lover. Akash Kandar is a professional tennis player. Avi Yashwardhan Mattu, bright and industrious. Naman Saktani, sincere and hardworking. Samyak Shirish enjoys playing the violin. He gets pin and certificate for quiz. Adarsh Kumar, a space and tech enthusiast who loves playing football. He gets tie and certificate for International Space Settlement Design. Aishwarya Bhatia, avid reader, good orator and basketball player. Amar Ahmad Kidwai, interested in 3D and graphic designing. Ananya Gupta, a compassionate and intelligent girl. Ankit Ghosh loves reading and sketching. Archisha Bansal, an inspiring neurosurgeon who loves to paint and read. Jasri Kaur, a voracious reader. Karan Bhalla, a self-driven and hardworking student. Nandini Kumar, she has keen interest in music and literature. Rajiv Dhankar, a chess player, plays violin, piano and sings Western classical. Shivya Kanpur, she is interested in music and literature. Tusha Sangwan, she gets a pen and certificate for football. Ananti, nature lover. Anubhav Jain, multi-talented achiever with a keen interest in mathematics. Arjun Kulishreshtha, he sings and plays guitar. Arna Swankar loves to play cricket. Aryan Arora, cricket and chess enthusiast. Ashmit Nangia, an avid reader, good at playing cricket and tennis. Naman Rastagi has passion to go on hiking and adventures. Rahul Bhargava gets a blazer and certificate for computers. Rakshit Singh, he likes riding and cycling. Saksham has interest in physics and also a sports enthusiast. Shresht Khatri has a keen interest in science and maths. Tanisha Gupta, a MUNO, she likes coding. Tanmay Singhal, an active member of Domain Square Plus, EXIN. Yash Sahu, a budding basketball player, gets a certificate for basketball. Agrima Jain, she has keen interest in science and mathematics. Jaish Tarachandani has keen interest in computers. Jia Malik, bright and focused student. Nikun Jais has keen interest in computers. Ridhin Grover has keen interest in science and mathematics. Sarthak Asotra, passionate about mathematics and computers. Siddharth Thakur has keen interest in computers. Akshat Sharma has keen interest in photography. Anika Sinha is sincere, hard-working girl and a melodious singer. Arnab Goyal, he is interested in mathematics and has cleared regional mathematical Olympiad in class 10. Grishma Belani, a very diligent and persistent hard worker. Janvi Sharma, a bright and inquisitive girl with a sense of social responsibility. Vidyut Singh Chahal, an avid reader, keen sportsman and loves to travel. Arash Ismail, an avid reader, and her favorite subject is mathematics. She aspires to be an IAS officer in the future. Ojasvi Datta has an innovative mind. Manya Kapoor, a dexterous student with keen observation skills. Muhammad Aman Ali, he has an inquisitive mind. Para Gupta has keen interest in physics. Suhail Hassan Khan, ambitious and hardworking student. Tashif Ahmad Khan is interested in computer hardware and photography. Aryan Daga loves to play video games and has a keen interest in science. Dhruv Dhangar enjoys playing basketball, football and has a keen interest in science. Harshita is a book lover and graceful dancer. Ishita Mishra, passionate about painting and has keen interest in music. Anuj Gupta, he is in the school football team and is interested in physics. Devyani Gildial, she is a member of the Indian Dance Society and has keen interest in computers. Ishita Goyal, she is a book lover and plays Sudoku on guitar. Satvik Sani is hardworking and bright. The next category is First Green Badge. It's the first step in this long journey. Ganika Arora aspires to become a neurosurgeon. Kritika Sharma, sincere and hardworking. Mariam Hussain, hardworking and focused. Sarita Jyoti Singh, focused and hardworking. Krishan, well organized and diligent. Maulik Kathuria loves to play guitar. Nandini Singh, keen interest in medical science. Saad Abdul Nasir likes to play chess. Vishank Sharma is an avid sports person. Ishani Ganguly, she likes animals and aspires to be veterinarian. Krishna Agarwal is a passionate drummer and has a red belt in Taekwondo. Sankalp Agarwal has keen interest in science. Soumya Sinha, well-behaved and courteous child. Noya Noor Kazi, melodious singer. Satvik Agarwal, a dynamic, diligent musician, gets a pin and certificate for music. Sarthak Sharma likes playing chess. Anish Dhirwat is interested in computers. Arnav Kapoor, keen interest in science. Harmanjeet Kaur Gujral, passionate about art and computers. K. Kamakshi is a sincere student and is passionate about dance. Khushi Gandhi, she is creative and interested in arts. Pranjal Shukla has keen interest in music and passionate about physics. Shrija Chowdhury, passionate about mathematics and physics. Saurik Dey, a diligent and hard-working. Vaishnavi, a talented dancer. Valendu Sharma has keen interest in computers. Aranya Rana, sincere and focused. Ashmit Agarwal, a hard-working child who loves to read books. Ayan Kapoor has keen interest in robotics. Jai Kasari is a disciplined and meticulous student. Nilay Sureka, enthusiastic about sports. Samarth Arora, bright and sincere. Sambhav Soni, he enjoys video games and music. Vaishnav Garodia, sincere and industrious. Arjun Khanna likes to play football and badminton. Janak has interest in chess. Kenisha Vaswani, a hard-working student who does not shy away from her responsibilities. Molly Gupta is curious and dedicated student. Rudra Prathi, an enthusiastic, sincere student. Sankalp Katyayanan, a hard-working child with sharp intellect and interest in reading books. Satvika Arora is a dancer and likes reading books. Sparsh Agarwal is passionate about computer science. Srijan Gupta, a tennis player. Uday Pratap Singh, an avid reader and likes to draw. Arish Rawat loves to play football and aspires to become a software engineer. Aryan Narula loves to play video games and aspiring to become a software engineer. Ashish Srivastava, tie and certificate for space settlement design, blazer and certificate for computers, tie and certificate for IRIS National Fair. Firoz Haider Rizvi is an avid reader and enjoys playing cricket. Naman Dhankar has keen interest in maths and science. He gets a tie and certificate for music. Akshit Upadhyay, a badminton player, he gets a certificate for robotics, tie and certificate for dramatics. Alia Fatma, member of Enship Club and the Literary Club and has a keen interest in computers. Angela Rao, she is keen to learn new languages and is fond of traveling. Ayush Upadhyay, he likes to play guitar. Karthik Bhaskar, he is a member of FISOC, black belt in Taekwondo and plays football. Someshkar, a member of Exim clan and loves building apps. He gets a blazer and certificate for computers. Tejas Chaudhary is a responsible student and likes playing cricket in his free time. With this, we come to the end of our distribution. Thank you.
Thank you, teachers. According to Eckhart Tolle, acknowledging the good that we already have in life is the foundation for all abundance. May we now request our Vice Principal, Dr. Renu Nair, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Success is the result of perfection, hard work, learning from failure, and persistence. All the students getting the Scholar Badge today have shown these qualities and with their grit and perseverance have made us all proud. On this special day, first and foremost, I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. Joseph Emmanuel, Director CBSE, for gracing the occasion with his presence despite his busy schedule. Sir, It was indeed a great pleasure and honor to have you here today. My heartfelt gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. Amitabh Bagchi. Sir, your speech would be a source of encouragement and inspiration to all. Thank you, Padma ma'am, for your able guidance in organizing this ceremony online. On this occasion, I want to congratulate not only the students alone, but also their parents. It's your guidance, support, and environment at home which has helped these children to shine. I would urge you to continue doing what you are, and together as a team, we will learn and experience wonderful things together. Congratulations, all children. We wish you all the very best for today and for years to come. In the end, I would like to thank all students and staff members who really worked hard in putting this program together. My special thanks to the program coordinator, Ms. Benu Chanan and Ms. Kaveri Dhar, for preparation of comparing Ms. Levano Banerjee. Coordinator Awards and Announcement, the three reps of Class 11th, Ms. S.K. Nagalakshmi, Ms. Shalini Harisuk and Ms. Ritu Kumar. Invitation cards, Mr. Shiven Tanwar. Technical support, Mr. Mukesh Kumar, Mr. Thomas. Compilation of video, Ms. Sarika Kaushal. Cultural program, Mr. Sandeep Kumar, Ms. Kuldeep Mishra and Mr. Ashok Singh. Photography and videography, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Denny and Mr. Shankar. School Achievement Films, Mr. Anup Jacob. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. This concludes today's ceremony. May we now request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.